Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the Degree I-Sem English Section A grammar items, and this is an overview of all the topics you have to prepare for your Section A grammar I-Sem English examination. From Unit 1 you will get questions from word roots and nouns. In Unit 2 you will get questions from prefixes and suffixes and pronouns, and unit 3 you get questions from the topics homophones, homographs, homonyms and adjectives, and unit 4 you will get the questions from collocations and articles. So now I am going to explain to you briefly all these grammar items. Before explanation, I would like to draw your attention to the mock test paper I have prepared, and it is given in the card form. You can find it to the left, to my left top corner. So follow that link for the question paper, mock test paper. So now we will try to understand all these items. So first one is word roots. So knowing the meaning of the roots most commonly used in English can actually help you decide the meaning of new and unfamiliar words. So this is one strategy to understand the unfamiliar words. And the roots for many English words were borrowed from Greek and Latin words. For example, if you take the word biology, so it is composed of two simple roots. Bio means life and logy means science or study. So it's a combination of two word roots, biology. In the same way, we can try to understand the meaning of the new words, or we can deduce the meanings of the new words with the help of these root words. For example, Audi means here. Beni means good, benefactor, like that. Chrono means time, chronology, chronicle, like that. Contra means against. Cred means believe and trust. So like this, with the help of the word roots, we can understand the meanings of the new words. And on page number 8 and 9, there is a comprehensive list of all these root words along with the meanings and examples. So that will really help you to prepare thoroughly for your exam, section A grammar examination. Then we'll move on to the nouns. Though there are many types of nouns discussed in various grammar books, here in your first sem, these four types of nouns are discussed in your textbook. The common nouns, proper nouns, countables and uncountable nouns. Common nouns are the group words like you have boy, girl, or the country, subject names, sorry, not country names, subject names, and abstract nouns, concrete nouns, they all come under common nouns. And the proper nouns, you all know, they are the names. Could be name of a person or a place or a thing or an animal or a country. Any name that comes under proper nouns. And we cannot use articles for these with these proper nouns, like a, an, and the cannot be used with proper nouns. But there is only one exception. If at all the proper noun becomes a metaphor, we use it as an example to compare to someone, then we can use the. That is the definite article. For example, we cannot say the Lata Mangeshkar. But if there is a girl who really sings melodiously and beautifully, you can use this proper noun as a metaphor and use it for comparison. Then you can say, she is the Lata Mangeshkar of her class. The Lata Mangeshkar. Otherwise, you cannot use the with proper nouns. Then we'll move on to the countable nouns. A simple technique to identify the countable nouns is use numbers. Wherever you can use numbers and count the nouns, then they are categorized as countable nouns. Like 1, 2, 3, 1 book, 2 books, 1 table, 2 table. And most of the time when we ask for example of uncountable nouns, they give it as stars. But remember, stars are not uncountable nouns. They are countable. Only thing is we cannot complete the action of counting the stars, but they are very much countable. You can say 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars. So these are the 4 types of nouns. For uncountable nouns, you have to have separate units to count it. For example, chocolate. Chocolate is uncountable, but you have to use a unit like a bar of chocolate. And ice cream is uncountable. You can say a scoop of ice cream. Oil is uncountable. You can say a drop of oil or a liter of oil or a can of oil. Like that you can use. Hair is uncountable. Like, of course, you can count the hair, but you need again the units like strands of hair. Sand is uncountable. You can say grains of sand. Like that, you need separate units to count the uncountable nouns. And from the examination point of view, you will definitely get a question on these uncountable nouns. So be prepared. They are given on page number 10 and 11 in your in the OU syllabus or OU prescribed textbook. Then we move on to prefixes and suffixes. So the third item is prefixes and suffixes. As you all know, a prefix is a word fragment added in front of a root word. For example, anti-social. So when you say anti-social, anti is the prefix and the meaning of anti is against. Like contra, anti also means against. Then suffix. A suffix is a word fragment added at the end of a root word. So it comes after the word. For example, childish. So ish is the suffix. So like that, you have to be thorough with the prefixes and suffixes along with their meanings. And they're given on page number 28 and 29 of your text. Then we move on to the next item, pronouns. So there are different types of pronouns to be discussed. For example, subject pronouns, object pronouns, possessive adjective pronouns, possessive pronouns, and then reflexive pronouns. So again, there is a table given very clearly in your textbook. So subject pronouns, they are used instead of the nouns like I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. And the object pronouns, they complement the subject. Like me, he gave a book to me. So me is the objective pronoun over there. Me, you, him, her, it, us, you, and them. Then possessive adjective pronouns are like belonging adjectives. This is my book. This is your laptop. This is his uh, say mobile. Like that, they are all possessive adjective pronouns. Then the possessive pronouns are there. Like again, these are belonging. You can claim them. They are called as the possessive pronouns like mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, and theirs. S is added for these possessive pronouns, and mind you, there is no apostrophe. Usually whenever they write its, so they put an apostrophe. Like for example, the dog wagged its tail. There is no apostrophe when you write its. Apostrophe symbolizes there is a letter missing. Like it is. When it is contracted, then you put an apostrophe and write its. It apostrophe s. But when you write possessive pronouns, do not put the apostrophe when you write its. Many people tend to write its with an apostrophe. Mind you, there. Then the reflexive pronouns. So for example, myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. These are the reflective pronouns. I learned the music myself. So it reflects on the subject. And here also, please remember that this is a favorite item of the examiners. They prone to prepare questions on reflective pronouns. Okay. Then we move on to next item, that is the fifth item, homophones, homographs, and homonyms. This table should really help you. The first column talks about homonyms, homographs, and homophones. And SP stands for spelling, and ME stands for meaning, and PRO stands for pronunciation. So these three categories are based upon the spelling, meaning and pronunciation. For example, if you take homonyms, the spelling and pronunciation are same, they are similar, but the meaning is different. Example, bank. If you take the spelling and the pronunciation, it is same, but there are two different meanings. Bank can be an edge of a river, and then the organization where you deposit your money. These are the two different meanings. So meaning it differs. Homographs. Graphs means how you write. The spelling is similar, but the meaning and pronunciation is different. For example, if you take WIND, spelling is same, but pronunciation you can say it as wind or wind. Wind, we all know, air, and then wind is something you twist. So there are two different pronunciations and meanings for homographs. So then comes homophones. Spelling is different, meaning is different, but the pronunciation is similar. Two and two. TO2 and TWO2. So the best way to remember these homonyms, graphs and phones is with the examples. So go with examples, as many examples as possible to remember these three categories. Then we are moving on to adjectives. Adjectives are nothing but describing words. They describe the nouns or they modify the nouns. And whenever we talk about adjectives, from the examination point of view, we talk about degrees of comparison. The first one is positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. This is little bit complicated, but only with practice you can really master this. Example, fast, faster and fastest. And there are some exceptions like valuable, more valuable and most valuable. Beautiful, more beautiful and most beautiful. Good, better, best. So like that, there are some exceptions. Learn the exceptions because the exams are fast approaching. There is no time to go in detail, but these tips should really help you to fare well in the examinations. So that is about the adjectives. Then we move on to the last two items, the collocations and the articles. These are from the unit 4. So collocations are nothing but the combination of right words. So sometimes we use English, but it should be rightly combined, especially when we are discussing, when we are describing anything or when we are expressing something, the right choice of the words should be made. Otherwise, there is no essence of native speakerism or there is no essence of correct English. So collocations, examples I have given there. Sincere apology will be good. That's a good combination. We cannot say honest apology. Sincere apology will be suitable. The same way, warm welcome is correct. You cannot say like profuse welcome or hot welcome. They cannot be accepted, logically not accepted. Suppose you can play with the words and you can change the collocations, depends upon the context, but actually the accepted collocations are really prescribed, so we have to learn them. By reading profusely we can understand the collocations and we can imbibe these collocations. Then fulfill a promise is correct. We cannot say complete a promise or like that. Fulfill a promise is acceptable. So that is regarding collocations and it will be asked in the examination. And there is a comprehensive list given on page number 69. All of you just give 2 or 3 readings, then you can remember these combinations. Then the last item is articles. Articles, we all know there are two types of articles, indefinite articles and definite articles. Indefinite articles are a and an, and the definite article is the. Indefinite articles are used for general nouns. When we talk about general things, we use a and an, and definite article the is used when we talk about specific things or specific events or anything. Then we talk about, we use the. So indefinite articles a is used before the consonant sounds and an is used before the vowel sounds. Here also the exceptions are there. You should remember the exceptions where, for example, if you take H. H, sometimes it gives a consonant sound and sometimes it depends upon the next vowel sound. For example, horse. Horse we pronounce the consonant sounds, we can say a horse. But our, H-O-U-R, the next O is giving the sound, so then it is an hour. So like that, some exceptions are there for the indefinite articles. And definite articles, we all know that they are used before the specific nouns. For example, I am talking to a boy. That is general. But if I specify, I am talking to the boy who is wearing a blue shirt. So I am specifying it. And also there are many exceptions, the rules and regulations. You should remember, I made a video on these articles. I'll share the link in the description box. You can just go through it. So that is about your section A grammar items which you have to prepare for 20 marks. Thanks for watching. If it is worth and if it made sense, please like, share and subscribe for more such videos, and it means a lot. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Take care.